once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and once again, starting a few minutes earlier than scheduled. So sincerely, to all of you finding your way here in the live moments with me to share in this experience of me. Holy cows, thank you. And to you, those of you who tune in later, and looks like we've grown a little bit, some newer subscribers. So hopefully you guys will continue to check in and find some value. Maybe help this community grow, right? This was a beautiful idea, Alyssa. Thank you. Help us grow this amazing community. Like and share, right? And I've got a lot to discuss today. I'm pretty excited because the love for truth, it is the path to overcome all fears. And the stream title today, it's one that I've been considering and reflecting on quite a bit. Freedom. Freedom is in truth, and in truth is freedom. Freedom from confusion, deception, all sorts of foolishness, right? Freedom is in truth, and love is with freedom. It's not a burden. It's not heavy. It brings forth vulnerabilities, right? But love and freedom, they walk hand in hand when it's done right. Otherwise, it might not actually be love. It might be this illusion of ownership and control. And we'll get into the ideas of control a little bit today as well. In the background, it's simply the reminder that you and me, all of us, you are here for more than you've dreamed. Far more. Far more is with you and for you. If you open yourself up to more than you dreamed even is possible. That's what I'm convinced of. And today's idea, returning to love, means looking for the truth. Act like the truth matters, right? And look for the truth, and then you'll find the answers that give your heart peace, and then love is restored in the peace and in the stillness. So to look for the truth and return to love, you got to kind of ask yourself, where are you? Where might you be pretending in your life? Where are you just acting like things are okay and you're ignoring red flags and signs of self-sabotage? Where are you pretending in your life? And or where are you repeatedly, often fighting for control, fighting to be seen, fighting to be heard, just fighting? Where are you fighting for control? Where are you pretending in your life? If you can spot those things, anything you give your attention to, you got an opportunity to change those things. So if you can recognize the patterns within yourself, you don't have to beat yourself up. You can just lead yourself into better changes. Because what if peace is found when you simply stop pretending, when you stop fighting for control? And what if peace is found when you just take responsibility for yours to do? What is yours to do? The whole life, the whole world is yours to do with what you want. God has given you every choice. Every opportunity that comes before us each day is something for us to choose from. It's simple as that. But this life we're living in, it's like layers and layers of dimensions and aspects, and life can be very complicated. When you start trying to break things down, and it gets really complicated once you start carrying around guilt within yourself. See, because when you carry guilt within yourself, then you start pretending. You start keeping a secret. You're not confessing. And confession, this was one of my thoughts today that got me into these other ideas. You must confess your guilt to become free of hiding, of trying to hide the truth. The truth is what it is. There's no hiding from the truth. There's no running from the truth. The truth is what it is. The truth about you is you. You know, if you're guilty of doing the wrong thing at the wrong time, well, it's up to you to make right. It's up to you to admit, to confess, even if you haven't been caught and proven, right? If you know, you know. And if you know there's guilt within you, it's up to you. Do you want to carry the guilt and look at yourself as what you are, unworthy of love? Because what happens if you are guilty, pretending to be innocent, you may find yourself insane, right? You'll start believing your lies, and then you live in a false reality. And in a false reality, what happens is, if you deny the truth within you, you will deny the love that is for you. Those who deny the truth deny God, God's will, right? It's God's will for the truth to be known with you, through you, for you. And you are true for others. That's what it's all about, man. Just becoming true. It's not that hard or complicated. God allows you to be. Andy, God bless you sincerely, man. I think you might be. I think there's room for you to be less critical, because I have faith in you far beyond that, but I know you're also having fun too. Andy, thank you again for your generosity, your continuing support. Probably would have spent this on drugs and hookers anyway. In my past, that'd be honest for me, but not from what I've seen of you, Andy. But along these lines, I was really thinking about this idea of carrying guilt within you, right? If you won't admit and confess what is within you, you create yourself into this state of denial. And if that becomes normal for you, you literally become delusional because you live in a pretend world that you've imagined and made up all yourself. Oh man, that's where it was. Along those lines, this is what I was thinking, right? The guilty who pretend to be innocent can become prisoners to the lies they tell themselves. And some examples, right? You may be telling yourself, I'm fine. It's not my fault. Nobody knows. I did nothing wrong. I don't remember. But the truth knows, and the truth remembers. And in truth is freedom. That's what I found for myself. See, it was only through discovering a greater truth than the limited beliefs that I used to hold. That's when my mind really started opening up. And admittedly, as my mind opened to greater ideas, my heart certainly softened and grew as well. Because that's what life brings. Life brings opportunities to grow. You can grow anything in your life. You give it your attention, you give it your time, right? You can hold on tightly to the bitterness, to the regret, to the hate, to the discontent, to the anxiousness, to the fear, to the worry, to all sorts of things. You can hold on to what you want, God has given you the freedom to do so. But God has also given you the power by grace to let go. Just be. Just be with the moment of time that is today and right now. And let it always be today and right now for you as you rest in love. Allowing the truth to be with you so that you have the freedom to be you. And when you are being you honestly, and you don't worry about what others think, but you care, right? You care about what others think, but you sure don't worry about what others think. Just as you care about the truth, but you don't worry about the truth, because the truth is going to be real just as what is real, right? And what is the point about worrying? What is outside of your control? There's not much sense at all in that. So typically when we're fighting, right, constantly in disagreement, constantly preparing, constantly defending, right, constantly doing, we're in a state of normalized confusion. And it's not your fault if that applies to you. We all might have these patterns, little patterns, big patterns. We all carry stuff within us, but that's part of life, and maturity is growing up. Learning what to let go of, learning which battles are not yours, learning not to fight when there's not a fight, right? Learning just to flow. I was thinking about this earlier today in reflection of yesterday's words on the divine spark of life that animates you and me with intelligence and awareness and all of these incredible things, right? The technology that is the biology of our human form. Holy shit, man. It's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. The body I got, these bodies. Yeah, sometimes they're not the most comfortable, but sometimes, man, they bring these senses of pleasure and like just lose your breath. And that brings me back to the point where I was going, the breath. The magic and the peace that can be found within the depths of the breath that breathes you. It's through that breath, the magic of breath, that somehow electrifies our mind with like all these senses and awareness. It's like, holy shit, man, it's crazy to be alive. I mean, it's like not like we really understand everything. We just go through what we know. And if you let go of what you think you knew, you might discover there's far more that you have not yet discovered. So let the discovery of you, right, and what the world brings to you, let the discovery of your life be through you. But don't give up. Don't lose hope. You got to have faith in the truth. You got to be wise enough to let go, to overcome impulses and attachments, right? To recognize feelings for what they are. Triggers. A trigger is typically a reaction to an unresolved emotion within. It's from a memory of perhaps a memory even. But these triggers are typically related to the guilt. And this is where I was saying earlier. If you deny the truth within you, you carry guilt without confessing or admitting or seeking to be contrite and make yourself righteous, right? If you're carrying wrong within you, or maybe you're denying something the world has shown you, right? I can't accept that. I won't look at that. They don't. Yeah, all these excuses. Let me stop. If you deny the truth within you and around you, the truth that is for you, you will deny the love that is for you. Okay, and those reactions, if you're carrying guilt, you're denying a truth that's greater than you, it affects someone else. And so, if you're carrying that guilt, you're going to be carrying a wound, and that wound will need to be defended. And you won't even have to think about it, just the emotions and the reactions will come out. I used to do that a lot, and I didn't recognize the result was me. I had the work to do, not the world around me. I had to stop getting angry. People didn't need to tiptoe and walk on eggshells, right? I needed to master me, just like you get to master you. If you'll become a master of yourself, there's one master to mirror, that master teacher, right? The Prince of Peace, the Lord of Love, the gift to mankind that God sent to the world. Become a master of yourself in the image and likeness of Christ, Jesus. I dare you. See what happens. See how you treat yourself. See if you might treat yourself a little differently if you were talking to yourself as though you loved yourself, if you were talking to others as though you loved others. If you walked through your day as though you had no fear, you had faith and trust in God, and you knew you were here to serve the will of God, the will of love, the will of the truth. Well, the will of love is the truth, I'm sure. Anyway, I can keep circling on some of these ideas, and I don't know what I don't know. I'm not even the master of my cat. No, you're not. I'm not either. I mean, I host a cat as my master. I invited her to rule the home. Yeah. But we are godlike in the, like a little g, right? There's a greater God, the highest God, and then it goes down in dimension. And the dimensions that go down, all it is limited awareness, limited knowing, limited knowledge, um, and perhaps physical limitations. But I believe all the limitations that God offers are simply illusions as much as the forms are illusions. It's just the one thing that's happening. And that's the expression of God's love. That's what life really brings. I think I meant to drop the link, didn't I? I was going to do that. I will, for those who are present, you wish to join in the adventures of Jack today. Some of the things we might discuss is where might you be pretending, if you're willing? Where might you be fighting, right? And how do we resolve these things? What might it look like if we weren't pretending? What might it look like if I was more authentic? What might it look like if I was uh, less willing to engage in battles, right? What would that look like for me? These are some of the things that I've been wondering. I kind of been stumbling in that direction. I mean, after all, I did set a goal for myself to become a man of peace, to walk with peace, to speak with peace, and to be with love. Mostly, really, I wanted to be like a joyful Buddha. I wanted to seek this inner, this divine state in my mind. The way I envision this goal of being the Jolly Buddha was just to achieve some state of inner peace where constant joy was with me. And I just walk with joy wherever I go as I flow forward in time towards my greater destiny. Because the way is flow. And that brings me back to a thought I never completed earlier. Within the stillness of our breath, this gift of breath and the gift of water that cleanses us, purifies us, right? It activates us. Water is life. Air, the air we breathe, right? We can go less time without air than anything, right? So the air we breathe, it's with us. It energizes our mind and our body, and it becomes us, right? And so between those two things are a big part of who you are. So the old Bruce Lee saying is be like water. How about also be like breath, be like wind, right? They're both formless, but with power, right? They're both a mystery, yet unmistakable. Be like water, be like breath, and realize the water you drink, it's part of you, the food you eat becomes you, right? So seek the healthy, pure, structured, organic, natural choices as often as you can. But I also want to plant in the back of your mind this idea that anything is possible while we're alive here on earth, okay? Because we're not done yet. And I actually hold in my heart of hearts this imagined belief that in our generation, perhaps in the near future, we can work together to totally reform this world. We can end the conflicts together. We can end the wars, right? We can work together to make sure that more than we dreamed is available for everyone by cooperation. Cooperation and authentic, standards of leadership. We don't have to take the low standards we've had. I think where the majority are pretending in your life is pretending that we can't do something about the wars that are continuing. Yeah, I know there's illusions, there's theatrics of discussions of peace, but the reality is it's not done yet. And the so-called peace agreement that the United States brought within Israel and Gaza has been violated repeatedly, daily, by Israel. They've proven to be a nation state that can't be trusted in what their leadership says. But hey, seems Donald Trump and America are all on board with that. Why are we pretending like we can't do something about this? Why are we pretending that it's someone else's job to do something else, right? The question I've been asking myself is, what can I do? And when I accept the truth, I find freedom, right? I don't allow my excuses, my imagined excuses, right? While there may be realistic conditions in this world, challenges that might prevent these goals, whatever goal you may have, okay? My goal is mine. If you want to join me, I'm easily found and reached. Let's communicate. But your goal is yours, and whatever your heart and your mind is leading you to believe is possible for you, don't let the reasons stop you until they become real, right? Until you're face to face and you experience the fact, oh, I can't go this way. I mean, use your discernment, of course, but the point is when you've got a good idea, it is so easy to talk yourself out of it. So easy. I've done it in my past. I've seen myself do it. I found myself carrying regret. And so I pay attention to me, and I try not to do that anymore because I don't want to miss a good opportunity to be a good man, to do the right thing. I want to live as me to the fullest and the greatest. And I know I can't do it alone. None of us can. That's why I bring myself here each day, honestly. Is to see what we can do if we connect with each other, here in the world at this time in a different way than just, one way conversations. I know I can do that for a long time. I mean, I actually do, quite honestly. When I'm not online, when I'm spending time alone, I mean, I do a lot of different things, but I hear myself talking to myself quite a bit. And I'm a funny fucker sometimes. I laugh at me and the thoughts I come up with. Holy cows. Oh, yeah. You know what? There was a request. Can I give some hate some attention? Jack, can you switch it up and promote hate and war? This consistent love shit is upsetting some. I'm sure it is, man. Sure it is. This, Andy, we're all better when we love one another. Ah, here we have. God is so kind and generous to us all. We've got another opportunity to put some of these ideas into practice. I want to welcome back a longtime supporter, well, periodically supporter. Welcome back, our dear friend Cage. How have you been?
Oh, hello, brother. Thank you for having me.
What's going on, man?
Same old.
How's that feel? The same old.
Like repetition, like structure. It's great.
Might feel familiar. Are you ready for something more yet?
Yeah, I'm here.
Beautiful. Because when we find ourselves in the same mold, it may mean we're looking in the same places, or we've closed our mind to different directions. Two kind of go together. But the way past it is really simple. It's actually what I was putting in or what I put in the description today, these questions. If you were to guess or be honest, if you're willing to play this exercise, Cage, I'd love it. Where do you think you might be pretending in your life?
Um, okay. Where would it be? Am I pretending? Uh, I'm not the nicest fucking person ever. You know what I mean? I think I pretend along and get along with people, and hey, I might be a little fucking dangerous.
Yeah, I think you got it backwards. Getting along is actually simple when you're being authentic and respectful. And here's a guest who I have found to be both of those. I want to welcome back a true supporter and friend, Frank Monday. How are you, brother? Whenever you're
Hey,
ready.
hey,
Can't hear
Frank.
you yet.
Shut up, man. Happy Wednesday, bro.
He'll swing through. Um, so the question, Cage, I invite you and others, right? We all need to look at ourselves and ask, where might I be pretending? Right? Because we can pretend to make a big deal about anything. And we can pretend to be angry. We can pretend to be helpless. We can pretend to be friendly. I think is what Cage was bringing up. Um, we can also be genuine. Frank,
Blessings
you
to you.
there?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. How's my audio?
sounds good, brother. How you
I
been?
don't clear it, bro.
Been doing well, thank you. Yeah, it wasn't working a moment ago, so I rebooted.
Hey,
What did I
no worries.
miss?
Well, I was kind of just a question I was considering earlier. If we want the world to be more authentic, which I think authentic is righteous, um, we want people to be honest. And so if each of us start asking, where am I pretending? It can show us places maybe where we can be more honest, we can be more authentic. and specifically in the realm of guilt. I see a lot of people pretending to be much better than they show themselves.
Imagine you
Yeah,
were
it's
pretending.
tough.
Imagine some people that pretend to be a lot worse than they actually really are. That'd be fucking funny, wouldn't it be?
That
It's
too.
tough. Yeah, it's tough because the world loves guile. Like when I go to work, I can't just show up in my daily kicks. I got to put on the tie and shave the face and put on my game face, as it were. So I have to adopt the persona.
Well, that pretending to be worse. I admit where I was wrong, and I've done that in the past. Maybe wasn't feeling that great, but I exaggerated it. I played it up. I pretended to be worse off than I was, either for attention or maybe an excuse to get away from work. But it happened.
Excuse me. I fucking love you, Talcott, you fucker.
Well,
You fucking little bastard.
this is something I saw too, though. I recognized it years ago. I just didn't understand the impact as clearly. I saw way back when, back in the days of Oprah Winfrey and Jerry Springer popularity, I was like, they're conditioning victims. They're promoting victim status in these stories and the way that things are being presented. And guess what? I think I'm right. I think the American propaganda has conditioned people to carry the victim mindset and promote the perpetrators, protect the
Yeah,
perpetrators.
you get a car, and you get a car. Everybody gets a fucking car. Everyone in the
Yeah,
audience, they
we
all get a car.
we
And
see the
you know,
fruits of we see the fruits of their labors, right? Their television programming has played out in the modern American landscape today.
Well,
and you know what's funny with the Oprah people? For example, you know who John of God is? That's like her fucking buddy. You don't want to know. These sick people. They're beyond.
well,
I don't even know
they're
what to even call it in. But yeah.
they're part of the public record. Their life is what it is. I mean, every one of us is a part of the record of life and history here on Earth. And we were born into a world where there's been a lot of sick games being played. The I mentioned this. I've had some ideas recently, and I don't feel like I've kind of flushed them out as well as I could have. But I've been some of my beliefs have been confirmed through other presentations I found online. The idea of this uh, invisible hand of the free market that allegedly is driven by supply and demand. That supply and demand idea ended as people started understanding human psychology better and advertising and manipulation. So, for generations, the American public has been in the belly of the beast, being experimented on by chemical engineers, social engineers, all sorts of scientists involved in the propaganda and the media and everything else we've been with, guys. We got to change this channel. That's what I found to do for myself, was to change the channel so my mind wasn't filled with so much static. And the greatest achievement we can work towards in our own path of self-mastery is learning how to shut it off. Turn the static off. Turn the noise off. Let nothing but stillness and love be with your narrative, to be with your discernment, to be with your heart, your nervous system.
There's an interesting thing, Jack. The Jews believe that you shouldn't study certain books, the Torah and so on, until like your mid 40s, right? And the Chinese, actually, there are many books that you shouldn't touch until your mid 40s as well. But they also have musical instruments. such as the zither and the arhu, that you can't begin studying until you're in your 40s, right? And part of that reason is because the monkey mind naturally quiets down at that point. I struggled. I learned kung fu at a very young age, my mid-teens. I was really focused on meditation and struggling to get control of the monkey mind. And I struck 30 years, I worked on it. And then when I hit my mid 40s, like 46, 47, it just left one day. I woke up one morning and there was just absolute peace and silence. And it kind of never came back. So I think there's a reason for those prohibitions.
I find that kind of hilarious, really, because even in the Matrix, remember in the Matrix, for example, like, oh, we don't free a mind once they get to a certain age. It's dangerous because the mind loves to hold on to certain things, right? So,
Just for a moment. Thank you, Cage. Schmed, for a new member, sincerely, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm I'm humbly still trying to find ways to provide more benefit for the folks who contribute. But for those who are willing to, thank you sincerely. And regarding this monkey mind, the more I thought about it, the more I recognized its accuracy. And the monkey mind that I remember, it's this mind chatter that was always within me. It was always filling me with doubt and reasons, and just I couldn't shut my mind off. And that's actually what was behind my patterns of drinking. I just didn't understand what was wrong with me. And the reason my mind was the way that it was because I created a fantasy, an identity of me, and I was confused. So the monkey mind, it's when we have unrest and constant conflict within us. And a lot of the tones and mannerisms of the voices inside of us, it legitimately just may be a memory of someone else who impacted us. And yet that impact and that narrative just keeps looping. It's a
Yeah.
mind virus. Go ahead,
I
please.
I I learned it from the guys at the Kung Fu school, and they likened it to a monkey swinging from vine to vine, and yeah, grabbing on from idea to idea and constant oscillating and shifting. And oftentimes, like you said, it comes with a lot of the negative self-talk from injury.
Beautiful. I love that comparison as well, going from thought to thought to thought and just not stopping. And so you said you awoke one day and had this. I I actually set it as a goal without knowing for sure that that was what I wanted or what others were talking about. It was just a feeling and a theory I had within myself. And then after a year on my path, on my own, trying to understand it and learning from where I could, um, I started January 1st, and on December 30th, that was the day, Frank. It was a day where I recognized I was in the room and there was no television, no radio, no noise, no thoughts. It was just absolute silence. And I was like, there it is. No effort. It was just there with me. And it's been
Yeah,
deepening since. Yeah.
the master key, so to speak, whose touch throws all doors of the temple wide open. It's good magic.
I've heard of masters like that. There was a meditation center in Spokane, which apparently was started by a guy who had that reputation of he would come in and through touch, just a simple touch from him could activate people and they just transform. Um, this life as a human being, it is truly mysterious, guys. We've got so many friggin' arrogant know-it-alls running around pretending like they're king crown, right? Just acting like kings and acting like judges and acting like all sorts of foolishness, man. And I'm not
Yeah, I
talking
think,
about just online either. So
yeah.
go ahead.
That master you mentioned, I think Jesus was probably a lot like that. You know, all the teachings of the miracles and stuff. He walks up and he touches a guy that's suffering, and suddenly he's no longer suffering, you know, just
Boom.
bam, the electricity.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, hey, Chuck says a lot of things that aren't actually accurate and not verified. But no, if that is what was said, I have not got a new secret behind the scenes funder. That is not accurate. Weird, since you already have a different secret supporter behind scenes. Yeah, the other secret supporter you're alluding, you're pointing to is graphic design, and it's not a secret. It's just respecting what it is. You know, those who need to know. Cage, what are you feeling, man? What are you thinking?
Just listening.
Where have you been fighting in your life, Cage?
Hmm.
Fighting for control, usually.
Control over what?
Well, that's usually how we end up in a fight or upset, is because we're fighting for control.
Can I show you a technique that I use, Jack? Like camera?
Okay,
I can?
sure, I
Sure.
guess.
Okay, cool.
Sure, what
Here, let
you're
me
doing.
show you quick. I'll show you quick.
Why?
Cause why not?
What is it?
I'll show you. Look, it's an axe kick that you jump into. Look, for example, like this. Yeah, I can deal with that.
All right.
I've been
And
fighting
what?
a long time not to. Okay.
Okay. So when I asked, "What are you fighting?" you brought in the that kick. Okay. Um, I'm not sure we're having the same conversation. How about another one? Where might you be pretending, Cage? Are you pretending things are fine when they're not fine? This is another one I
I
was thinking.
don't. I don't. I don't want to burden people.
Can I answer that question, Jack?
Yeah, please.
I'd like to expose a little of myself. Not on the camera, but I know we all suffer, but I suffer about anxiety of the future. And my wife and kids, they really want to, you know, do this America thing. And they're hell bent on California. And I've been contacting family there and stuff. And, you know, my wife wants to take my son there to finish his last year of high school so that he can be poised to get into US institutions. But I left America because of you know, and maybe I'm bringing the past into the future, but I have a lot of anxiety. There's gang crime, there's drugs, there's things having been raised in China they've never been exposed to, and so I harbor a lot of anxiety about that. Even though, like, I try to put on a happy face every day, do my thing, fund the family, but I really don't want them to do that. I've expressed that, and they're just hell bent on doing it anyway. So yeah, I've been suffering from some near debilitating anxiety over it.
Okay, thank you.
That's interesting.
That's
Yeah, you know
that's
what?
that's real.
Sorry, Jack. But yeah,
No,
you can't negotiate with people that don't want to be negotiated. Some people, they're dead. Like I said, they're dead set on what they're gonna do, no matter what you try to do. You could be the nicest person ever. You can do it, and they're still gonna go around and fuck around if you want to. And then they're gonna have to find out a certain way. It's funny.
Yeah, Jack, how
everyone.
would you respond to that? They say sometimes if you love a bird or whatever, you know, you let it go. And if it flies away and comes back, then
Love tests our faith. It's it can really bring up some worries, right? This is actually right in line with something I didn't discuss earlier, but the connection between care and worry, right? It's only because of your deep care and what you know of that you may have reasons to worry, right? But don't let your worry replace the love, and your children are here for the same reason you are, to discover what this world can bring. So there's ways for your fears too, brother. Just admitting it, recognizing it, um, owning what you can do and what you can't do. But if you can have honest conversations with them about what concerns you, give some ideas and game plans on the worst case scenario on, you know, how they might deal with it, so that you know that they're at least a little prepared or well prepared. Does that make sense?
yeah, it does. And thank you for that response, Jack. Sometimes I feel like I've been working the last 30 years of my life just to like kind of watch it all walk out the door one day. And that's what we do, right?
Sometimes. And it's a temporary thing, though, right? It's not an eternal thing. It's just, the children do grow up, and that's a tough transition for many people, because the relationships are one way and then they change and then they seem to drift apart. But
And that's why we have to be careful of what our attachments are, because when you hold on to something and think you own it, it ends up owning you. And then when that disappears, then what the fuck do you have left, really?
that was my problem, actually. And hey, welcome back to another amazing friend and guest, Dirty Lowlife. How are you today?
Welcome back.
Good, thanks, Jack. Hi, panel. Sorry to hear your predicament, Frank. That's difficult, man.
And what happened to this Ryu guy saying, "Oh, I somebody tried doing this kick and they got stabbed in the bladder, but it wasn't by me. I didn't stab him in the bladder."
Cage.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from.
I'm just reading the comments, man.
Read the room. We got a room
Come on.
here full of people. Dirty
Yeah.
Low Life, I wanted to say hi to you. Thank you. You posted a comment on one of my videos the other day, a couple of different comments. I think that's you, right?
Yeah,
So
man.
thank you for that, man. I appreciate
I
that.
love your videos, mate.
All right.
I love your
I
work.
love them glasses, buddy. Proper red ones, huh? Red
Yeah,
lenses.
I got myself some rose tinted
Oranges.
glasses to make the world more beautiful, and it works.
I'm sure it does. Yeah, I wear glasses because I'm blind. I'm pretty much blind. Think of them.
It's part of the mystery, Dusty. Cage is the way that he is because he experienced what he experienced and he believes what he believes. But Cage is the way he is at the perfect place at the perfect time. And that's where we all are at, in the perfect place at the perfect time for right now to happen. And I got faith that, seriously, Cage, you're a good dude, but you've been, from an outside perspective, honestly, looks like you still got some wounds to take care of, right? You're trying to be hard and tough, but you're still a pretty sensitive kid. You really are. That's what makes you a good guy, actually, in my eyes. The fact that you do care.
Well, I care way more than you can imagine.
Well, but you also worry. And that creates the patterns of defensiveness and kind of acting out, I think, to get some attention. I think that's what's happening for whatever reason inside you. There's an unrest. You act up to get attention because that's what worked in the past. But every day is a new beginning, brother. Every day.
Yeah, Cage saw me show my ass the other day. I showed up on his off YouTube panel discussion, and I was kind of in a bad way. The thing I talked about a moment ago, it was really working at me, and yeah. So thank you for having that open, Cage, because I had to stop by and see. Cage is a different guy sometimes when he's on different off panels, secretive panels. Yeah. So thank you for that. Blessings.
Yeah.
I appreciate you joining, bro. We had a great conversation there.
Hey, Cage or Frank, how far future is this possibility?
The semester ends July 10th, and then the next semester in the US begins like early September. So it's next month. It's
Coming
like
up.
6 weeks off. Yeah.
All right. What might help you find more peace? Do you know?
What you said a moment ago, having the open discussions and then just giving what advice I can, and then just, walking through the waterfall of fear, like Tony Robbins used to say.
Being honest
And
with yourself.
Yeah.
yeah.
And you know what? I think that honest conversation, not to share fear with them, of course. Um, I know that's not your intent, but having that honest conversation about what you might be concerned about together, the fears can be easily addressed, right? Because especially if that's what something they want, they love you, dude. They want you to be happy too.
Yeah, that's fair. And what you said is correct because I have a tendency, I think I learned it from my mother. She was my main caregiver, right? To be overly worrisome and at the same time express fears of the future that don't manifest. Everyone gets their own individual manifestation.
Frank, that was me too. My mother was a devoted worrier, and I didn't understand how much of that I had picked up on my own. But guys, we're here to heal. We're here to find the healing within ourselves and to share the path of healing with others. The good news is, well, everyone's path is different. But I know the path includes love, so it's just a matter of trying to seek to know love within yourself, opening yourself up to authenticity. It's all connected. When we're dishonest, we close our mind, and then our heart gets hardened, and we don't understand love. We'll push it away. I used to do that. I didn't realize that's what I was doing, but I used to do it. And I see so many people doing it around me, with me, pushing me away. Why are you pushing me away, dude? I ain't trying to hurt you. No, you're not worthy.
Jack, I
It's
love
good
when
to
you
hear
do
you
that
laugh.
voice. That shit's funny as fuck. The voice is hilarious. So you have the.
Well, there's many faces in there in my memory that are just flashing through with that idea of rejecting me for some imagined reason or not, right? Speaking of Paul Unslaved, I kind of miss that bitter guy, and I do look forward to talking to him again.
Yeah, careful whose names you mention, right? We have a saying in Chinese,
Hey, buddy.
"Tuo cao 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 ju dao," which is
Oh,
in
no.
English is speak of the devil and he doth appear.
Say my name 3 times. I'm gonna fucking appear in any fucking circumstance. It's funny though.
You know,
Paul was
quick
on
here.
the Paul was in the backstage. We had a good conversation the other day. You know what I mean? The dude is not what he seems to be just online. Cash from fucking backstage. He's a whole different guy. Kind of like me.
Yeah, and that brings up what Jack was talking about, the guile and the mask, right? The facade, as in Jekyll and Hyde, the great musical. Andrew Lloyd Webber, I believe.
Yeah, these characters that people play, they mask the real vulnerabilities. That's what you can what I've been finding for myself, honestly. I do seem to attract and maybe draw out a lot of bitterness. Um, but what I realized is there's no reason to be angry at angry people. There's no point in being bitter with bitter people, right? Because the angry and bitter people, they're not happy with themselves, with their views on what they're seeing.
Hey, Jack. One of my favorite verses in the Bible is Psalms 45, verse 1. And pretty much what it breaks down is that my tongue is the pen of a ready writer. You ever looked into that one? You can read it. I threw it in the back. If you want to pop it up, we can discuss this.
Uh-huh.
Psalm
How is this
45.
related? How is this related? Please.
Oh, because it shows, like, how we could speak things into existence.
Why were we talking about that?
In a way, yeah, you just kind of brought something like that up.
It's a
What
little off
was
topic, but I was curious, Jack. Dirty Low Life. We were talking about guile, and maybe I don't know if you want to go in that direction. Maybe reveal one of the masks that you wear in this grand adventure.
Which mask do you want me to reveal? It's
The
mask
Hank
all the way
mask
down,
is
brother.
here.
I mean, I could just do it. So I know,
Flamio, good to see you, Hank. Blessings,
yes,
bro.
I know Jack was talking about vulnerability and especially who were Paul and stuff. I can give you one of my vulnerabilities, and you could do what you will of it. Like I'm normally on the edge of burnout because I work for companies that aren't good at communicating. And I'm pretty good at communicating because you've seen me do it for years on end. So, but I don't know what you want to do with that information, Jack.
well, if I was in that situation, one of the questions I'd ask myself is my time being spent where I'm getting worn out and they don't seem to be able to communicate with me? Is this commitment denying me from finding a place where I enjoy and where they do communicate well with me, right? Is there something out there perhaps that hasn't been noticed or found because the attention has been trying to make it through where you are?
Yeah, possibly, but I'm just not near where I need to be. So I actually went to the computer museum today, one of them, because it's closer to the demo scene, trying to figure out where the places exist. I know a lot of people actually losing their jobs, and the companies are saying it's AI, even though that's not the reason. They're covering up for um, mismanagement of their money. But good places are few and far between because there's systematic issues.
It can be a challenge in today's world, and especially with the market and the uncertainty going the way that it is in IT, especially because that's where you are, right? You've
No,
got
I've
that.
been working in logistics for the past 8
Oh,
years.
that's right. That's
Yes,
right.
because I had similar problems in IT, and the school who I went to couldn't support me, and apparently couldn't support themselves because they don't exist anymore.
Well, it can be this time we're in. There's no doubt. There's a lot of uncertainty. Okay. However, many successful people have found, right, there's proven opportunities in uncertainty. If you can maintain a clear mind, right, pay attention and use discernment, you never know what might open up. And I'm telling you, Hank, I can't prove it definitively, but there's something to this power of prayer, right? The
Oh, for
faith
sure.
and belief in experiencing that which you want. Because the way I see it is the ideas come from a higher place, right? Maybe the heavens. So if it's a good idea for me and it supports the world and the greater life I'm in, then it's got to be in some way given to me by God. And if my heart feels right with it, my heart wants it, I have faith the way can be found.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hank, are you at the library?
Sure.
Well,
Yes.
it looks like a library to me.
I would add to that, Jack, that faith overcomes the logic and reason of the mind, that we can overthink things too much sometimes. That's where the monkey mind comes in, right? All we need worry about is the what. God takes care of the how. And I know that can be reductive for some, but it works.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yes, you are right. Our mind and heart decides the what, and God reveals the opportunity. But we got to have the heart and the willingness to look for the how and to be the how, be the vessel for the how. Actually, that's it. Knowing that what we want, we are the how. We're the one who's going to get it done. It's going to be done through us in some way. And then there's always the why, of course.
And I've been using inexpensive means to help ground myself. Have you ever heard of infused water? It's literally water that you spice up with herbs and food you can get from any supermarket. You just put it in the
Infused
jar
water.
for an hour and it's done. You just pour the water out.
What about consecrated water? You ever heard of that?
Tell me what you mean by consecrated water.
Oh, like how do you think they have holy water? You know, you can. I've done it with plants. I've experienced. Pretty much is like restructuring and putting your intention into something like water, and you can consume it or you can use it to grow, and it actually has quite the effect. You know,
It's kind of, I think that's kind of what Hank is discussing with infused water. Boy, I just brought you up. Welcome to you. How are you today?
I'm okay. I just want to be in the background because the things how I judge whether I join a stream or not is I read it out loud, and so I read out the link, not the title but the link. I read it out loud in my language, and this
You
one
don't always
sounded
get what you want, Voy. Sometimes you're in the foreground.
and it sounded good to me, so I joined. So
Yeah, how
yeah,
I just
shut the void, buddy. Hope you've been well.
so
It
how I
sounded
usually
good in your language. Is that what you said? Thank you.
yeah
yes, that's what I said. Yeah.
How I usually decide if I'm gonna go on a stream. I watch it for 3 minutes or so.
Jack, I got to be real with you. You're talking about God here. You got two self-admitted witches on your panel.
3 now.
You got two drunks
Three,
on your
three.
panel. And I'm not going to say
And
anything
you.
about Dirty Low because honestly, Dirty Low stays in his
Don't leave
lane
me
so
out.
far. Hank grooms children playing children games. Real
Show
talk.
me the
We caught
Guardian.
this guy grooming children.
1 year.
Frank here defends your optics of what everyone tells me without ever even talking to the others. So Frank doesn't put his work in. And Cage is working on his drunk optics. He's getting better, burning out. Cage is riding a zebra lately, but Boy's kind of been less drunk.
Riding a
I've
zebra.
noticed that.
What the fuck are you talking
But
about?
it's funny because you got all these witches and drunks, and now Jesus did it at the table with the thieves. Jesus didn't lie. 'Cause
Snafu.
here's
He's
the
like,
deal.
yeah, that's
You
exactly
have
what
a
Jesus
secret
did, right?
editor, and I heard you make.
Oh my God, you
With
went
those.
too far.
Do you mind if
Well,
I answer Frank's question? Frank asked me a question earlier,
Please.
and I've been
please.
thinking about it. This ego has had a real problem with what I'm going to call external love, the love of another. And whenever I've found it, I've found that there's some fear in me that it's going to go away at a moment's notice. And so what I've done is cling to it and squeeze it and hold on as tight as I can so that it doesn't go away. And like water, it slips out your fingers and isn't there. I think that's one of the biggest problems I've had with love, is seeing it as an external force in my life rather than something generated from within me, and a way I approach life. And it's left me feeling very lacking for a long time. And basically what I realized is I lost my nan Then I lost my dog. Then I lost my dad. Then I lost a car. Then I lost the love of my life. And that happened with about 5 years. And after losing everything, I suddenly found, oh, I already have everything. It's all in me. And this thing I've been chasing on the outside world forever is just an illusion.
It's all a massive projection of your own mind.
Brother, yes, I hear that story. That's where I found my freedom too. The question and the realization, I've lost everything. Why? I have nothing more to lose. Thank God I'm free, right? Well, there's always more bitterness and insecurities to find. You can lose those too. Rocky, blessings to you.
Hey, Rocky.
What a bizarre adventure, guys.
That's the story of Zorba, right? Zorba, the man who had everything. He had like multiple wives, like stables with horses, and he went out on an adventure. He came back, and his enemies burned down everything that he had, and the only thing that was left was a couple of dishes, right? And he was like, "Fuck these dishes!" And so he smashed these dishes to the floor, like, "I want to get rid of these dishes too." Like,
Opa!
right?
Excellent.
I've been that self-destructive, right? See myself losing things and I just get bitter and angry, and I've broken phones and I've done stupid things, right?
Yeah, I've done that too. Oh.
But you know what? I honestly, I can't explain everything that's brought me to where I am, but I truly have. I've reached this point of just absolute love for God, love for life that I never imagined was possible. You know? And I want to share that. I mean, truly, growing up much of my life, I admit I carried a lot of insecurities and bad habits with me. I didn't understand me or the reasons for life.
5 out of 7 panel members have glasses on.
And 4 are smoking. You know, one of them is smoking weed, and that's you, Cage. The rest is just smoking cigarettes.
I'm smoking a fucking cigarette. Look.
You guys are truly fascinating subjects. I mean, you see it, right? This is an open air insane asylum. You either study or you become one of the inmates. Learn from
got a nice haircut.
Learn from the inmates on what not to do as well as what to do. Right? Just be wise.
I came on to pass comment on your thing about no thought, Jack. Would you mind if I give you some ideas? They are only my ideas.
Yes.
I think there's this sort of misdirection with the modern interpretation of meditation. And it's tied with the idea of no mind and an empty mind. And paradoxically, we call it mindfulness. And there's this whole idea of stopping thinking. But if you tell somebody who you think would benefit from meditation, that the reason they would benefit from meditation is because they're in their mind too much. If you tell them, I think you should meditate so that you can stop thinking, they'll think, oh, I should stop thinking. But they don't realize that thinking I should stop thinking is thinking. So there's this whole trying to meditate with the mind, and you just sort of wind yourself up.
Yeah.
Well, some people... Sorry, dirty low.
No, please interject. Go ahead, mate.
Oh yeah. Some people train their mind to empty it, and if you get good at it, you can sit there, and your mind will be completely empty, but it'll be filled by other people's thoughts.
I think you're really good
most of the thoughts you have are not your own.
Exactly.
Because I
really
swear
good
to
at
God, you can do real telepathy. If you like empty your mind, just sit around, you'll start hearing the thoughts, the inner chatter of other people constantly around you.
Yes,
It's a
Cage is
blessing and a
correct.
curse.
Yes, which is why instead of I don't want to try to pull everyone's thoughts, I use some kind of active meditation like yoga or playing a difficult but small game instead, so I can focus rather than dragnet to veil everyone's thoughts.
I think one of the problems, just from my perspective during low life, to address that is
Mm.
that a lot of the Westerners learn their meditation from the Buddhists rather than the Taoists. Taoist meditation
Yes,
is
right.
internal alchemy, so there's a ton
Mm.
of recipes to go through.
So I was going to say, I think the tripping block is that if you're in your head all the time and you're trying to diminish the mind's nature in the being, then you're basically offering a drowning man a glass of water. It's just not beneficial. I've come across this idea recently that the thinking mind is the active element within you, and the physical being is the passive element within you. If I were to say to you, change how you think, you kind of think, what? If I say change how you feel, okay, maybe you could do that. But if I say change how you're sitting, it's very easy to just change your posture. Yeah. So the body is very passive. It just reacts to what it's instructed to do. And I think a route to meditation that's been very immediate for me is giving the mind something to do. And it's using the mind as a spotlight or as a caster of attention, of awareness, and putting that activity back into the passivity of the body and reconnecting the circuit active to passive. And now your mind has a reason to be. It's actually serving you a purpose. And when you're being in your body again with the mind, these thoughts can arise and you're simply the thing watching them arise rather than being the thinker. And I've got to say the most direct practice I've found is to watch breathing as you would do in a meditation, but then sense the soles of your feet. And as soon as you sense the soles of your feet, you'll stop watching your breathing. And as soon as you go back to the breathing, you'll forget about the soles of your feet. And the practice is to keep both in mind at the same time. And slowly, basically, the soles of the feet are the furthest away from the active element of you. So it's something about completing the circle within you.
Is that like Steiner's kind of, Rudolf Steiner? They teach things
yeah.
like that too.
Yeah.
Like, you ever done the forward or backwards meditation? Like when you wake up, you think from the last point you've lost in consciousness and go from backwards all the way to that point.
I've not come across that. That's interesting.
Yeah,
And
that's
then you can
active
see
dream
where
recall.
yeah, you can see where you become unconscious in reality. Because a lot of people, boom, someone snaps in your head, boom, now you're on autopilot.
The that practice of focus of awareness, the bringing the awareness into the being, I get what you're saying, and that is, I think I get what you're saying, and that is a good practice that I found too to help me become grounded and just in the moment with the awareness of focus on my breath and my body, my sensing. What am I feeling? Do a body scan and try to pay attention to your breath at the same time. The world disappears, right? You're not seeing it. You're not sensing it. But with that practice of focusing the mind as well, it's the inner discipline to allow the thoughts to come through, but don't cling to them. Just let them pass through like clouds in the sky. I've heard that comparison, right? And that's the way to be at peace in the present, because it's only in the present that we are truly alive. And we're alive in this present moment. Something I've learned about the mystery of life, it means there are a lot more opportunities to come.
You're right, Rocky. Nice haircut, non-haircut, by the way. And yeah, what,
Yeah,
you're
you
going
got
cross-eyed with the third eye?
you are the temple of the Holy Spirit. You have a temple right here. You have one on your right, one on your left. And so you war against the right and the left. Come to a middle, your Paleonial.
Thesis, antithesis, and synthesis.
Well, now, shout out to Hegel.
Right side uses faith and intuition. The left side uses logic and reason. So you got to come together.
Joaquin and Boaz.
Yeah.
Unify
Unify the mind and heart, be one with the body and breath, be with the spirit of wholeness and oneness, for that's what love is about. And if you can be with love, well, it's through love that we know what is true, I think. And it's through the truth that we know what is real love. God is the truth. The truth leads to God, and it's from God the truth is shown, right? So be with God, be with the truth, and in the truth, claim your freedom. The only way you can have freedom, though, is if you truly confess your guilt, you're open and honest about your vulnerabilities. Otherwise, if you're inauthentic, well, then you get trapped in a character. You don't want to be trapped in a character here on Earth. We got enough characters that don't know what role they're playing. Be the one who knows, right? All you got to do, it really is not complicated to be a good person. That's all we're here to do. Just be kind, forgiving, accepting, be strong, be willing to be strong, be willing to choose love. And then I don't know how you can lose.
Yes, if you love people, you tell them the truth, whether it hurts them or not. It might hurt your feelings if I tell you the truth, but too bad. It's called tough love.
I would caution that, though. I would say compassion should temper any
It is
injurious
compassionate.
words.
It is
Temperance,
Because
compassionate.
sometimes, well, I mean, sometimes it's selfish to be injurious.
All
I
right, well,
tend to
here,
do
ask yourself a simple question. Would you rather?
everybody that knows me on the internet, I tend to do that. But you know, even I how do you say, hold myself back at times. So
Would you rather have an uncomfortable truth or a comfortable lie?
it's not
Depends on
always
who you
that
are.
simple. It's not always
There's
that
a time and
simple.
a place. Yeah, there's been a meme
Yeah,
going around that
I
steel
figured you
sharpens
guys can
steel.
handle the truth.
If
I
I may,
don't.
Rocky, there's been a meme going around that
May.
steel sharpens steel, but that's not necessarily true. Sometimes it takes a whetstone, which is softer than iron.
Well
How
observed.
soft is water? Soft enough to
Amen.
carve a mountain.
Yeah, so it erodes even the greatest stones over time. You know, you can pressurize water and cut steel with it.
Right?
Oh yeah.
I heard a great metaphor of water meeting a dam. When
Jesus.
water meets a dam, it doesn't change its behavior. It doesn't try to overcome the dam. It doesn't do anything different. It just remains itself until the dam
You
is
know what?
overcome.
You know what, dirty low life. I'm gonna say sorry. I'm gonna say A because I'm Canadian. So I'm calling the Beavers up. Fuck it.
Water
Cage.
always flows
You
to
say the
its
most
lowest
random things, man.
level.
Sorry, what,
The
Rocky?
dam and a beaver. It's pretty on
Water,
point.
water
And Dirty
always
Lowlife brought us
seeks level. Water always
yeah.
seeks level.
Yeah.
Dirty
Yeah, you don't want
Dirty
to go with the
Lowlife brought
path
us.
of least
Sometimes
resistance.
it's wet. Water is sometimes wet.
Yeah,
Let's
water.
not forget that.
Water's sometimes wet. Water is wet. I've learned something new today.
Could I just
No,
interject
water
to hear
makes
Frank's
things wet.
comment?
Jesus
Frank had a
is
comment.
the living water. Jesus is the living water.
Thank you. Please, Dirty
You're-
Lowlife.
You're welcome.
What were you saying?
Sorry, Frank was trying to say something and I didn't catch it.
Oh, I was just trying to say that you brought us full circle back to Jack's where we began with Bruce Lee's quote of the Tao Te Ching. Right?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
There's water above.
Empty your mind. Be like water. Be like water, my friend.
The other thing about water is it's
Water
only
becomes
reflective.
the cup.
It's
Becomes
only
the
reflective
container.
when it's still.
Ooh.
When water is turbulent, it doesn't reflect anything. And how do you still a glass of water? You leave it the fuck alone.
What
It
if you
stills
put
itself.
carbon dioxide in and make it sparkling water?
Again, Cage.
There's water
Holy
above.
cows, man.
Well, it's a classic analogy there that Cage is playing out for us of the monkey mind. Like you mentioned the water. The Taoists use the analogy of like a mason jar filled with detritus and water. And when you shake it up and just constantly shake that motherfucker, it's always clouded. You got to set it on the table and let it rest. But after it's rested, we've talked about that. We know how to do that.
Is it
The
hard or
next big
soft water?
thing is like what Jack's saying, right? The love. And we got to do the thing, right? We have to focus on the clarity of thoughts that bring us towards whatever you're working towards.
Alchemy, as you said, brother.
This
The
practice,
alchemical water.
the idea of meditation. I don't claim to be an expert, and I know there's many different ways and methods and ideas within it. But truly, for myself, the purpose of meditation, it is to empty the mind, to gain clarity in your natural state of being, and to be with a stillness, because it's from that stillness that you can find a strength, right? And we got to recharge ourselves. When I started grasping meditation and I found its actual simplicity and the methods, right? The method of calming myself, bringing myself into the present for the purposes of just what Dirty Low Life offered, right? Calming the mind so I could be reflective. So I'd spend time reflecting on what I knew, what I learned, contemplating, spend time contemplating my life and the greater mysteries of life. So contemplative thought, reflective thought. It's certainly important to have compassionate thought. And the whole idea is to give yourself permission to be at peace and to be whole. That's my interpretation.
Yeah, permission is a big part of that, isn't it? If you don't allow yourself, it just won't happen.
Amen. We got to we give ourselves permission, whether we realize it or not, to act up, but we got to give ourselves permission as well, just to chill out and relax. And here's someone I want to welcome back. We had some disagreements.
Well,
And
Jack, peace and Jack today, peace and Jack. Look, I think I deserve about a minute here after being so rudely cast aside yesterday. Like, I felt like I was a whore yesterday, Jack. I was just tossed aside. Jack,
where did your whore come from?
Jack, all I'm saying is I think, you're talking about freedom. And I think the thing is, Jack, is we have to be adult enough to conceptualize ideas and not be afraid of ideas.
Amen.
Jack, you had an individual here yesterday that was screaming and yelling about a postulate of ideas that I presented. Nothing physically hurt anybody, nothing. But how can we talk about peace, love, advancing the human race, doing that if ideas hurt us, Jack? If just thinking, like, Jack, I'm sorry, but I have read through the 219-page report released by Rupert Lowe today. I went through that today and I read that. And that is the most sinister, sick thing that has gone on in the world. But Jack, the very same people that yesterday were insulting me and caught, they're oblivious to the...
Imperious, can you give me...
Let Imperious finish, please.
You're the one who's yelling. I'm just wondering who this is.
I want you to burn yourself alive. Thank you.
Burn myself alive.
Can I finish, please?
Another man.
I want to know why ideas and thoughts of ideas hurt people more than physical activities going on around them. Why is it that me talking about retribution or justice or punishment is more harmful to people's minds than them walking outside and knowing 250,000 little baby girls were had baseball bats shoved up them, were shit on, forced to eat shit, forced to bang dogs. But me talking about effing and destroying the Muslims is so much worse. This is what I'm talking about, Jack, about we can't deal with ideas. How are we
Imperious?
supposed to change the world?
Imperious. Okay. Is there any answer that you're looking for from me, or you just want
Well,
to
the
spit?
answer I'm looking for is, Jack, you're already sane, Jack. You're a sane man. You're not afraid of ideas. I don't have a problem with you. Jack, you understand that, like, to understand the world, we have to accept and try to get through the horrible things that go on in the world, not put them behind us in our blinders. We've got to go at them straight on and stop them. We've got to
Yeah,
help.
that's what I'm suggesting we do.
Yeah, so I have an answer for
That's
you.
why you're my prophet, Jack. That's why I come here, Jack.
Yeah, I actually have an answer for that. So,
Hank, if I may, before you answer that, I just wanted to point out that both Voy and Jack are wearing V-necks.
okay.
Yeah, but they're not deep V-necks, so that's fine. As long as they're not the deep V-necks where you see like the top of the hair coming out of it, that's kind of gross.
Can
But
you
other
let
than that,
Hank continue the conversation, please? Go ahead.
Yeah. So when with the violent stuff outside, generally, unless they're coming for you directly, you just close the door and ignore it. But if it comes to your black mirror, you're staring at it. If your feelings is the only way it can really affect you anyway. So that's why they prioritize what's coming through the black mirror over what's going on outside, because they think they can just shut it out with like closing the door.
wait. Hold on. You're telling me that if somebody in London walks out the door and they know, because there's been hundreds of thousands of girls that odds are they know it, they've seen it, that affects them less than a mean word being told to them? Is that the weakness that we're in the world? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Then we're lost, and the West is lost. We might as well just off ourselves.
And also the East, because they actually had the same issue.
Well, no, the East don't care.
I'm
You know what the Chinese do to...
I'm
Sorry, go
suggesting if we spend our time well and we took advantage of the opportunities we've got, we can change this world. I know we can.
I'm confused because Imperious, you're talking about real world events versus people's thoughts, but you coming on a panel show and shouting your thoughts in words is a real world action.
No, it's not. This is talking into the void on here.
No,
So
Yeah, but
you're just not acting. Or
This is real life that I'm living.
It's not a physical manifestation.
No, it is.
so what is it?
It is
as a
literally, do you know what this is right now, what you're hearing? Electromagnetic waves pushed through a phone line.
Yeah.
Communicated and originated from another human being who's living at this same time as me, where corruption and wars are continuing to grow.
Are wars and corruption worse than their own citizens being sold into sex slavery?
Imperious,
That's
to
my
answer your
question.
question, you have to, as a litigator, you know that you have to couch your language in the manner of the court.
But this is, again, I've not said any TOS or cursing here. But the ideas hurt people. That's my point. My ideas hurt people.
Imperious.
My ideas hurt people more than Islam. That's what's crazy.
Imperious. You're focusing on the hurt you are, I don't know. You're focusing on your ideas and hurt from your ideas. I mean, this really is hopefully a place to share good ideas. We don't
Jack,
need
I
to
have tons of
focus
good
on
ideas. I love
what we don't
positivity.
like.
I love positivity, Jack. I'm a very positive, but Jack, we have to be able to, as intellectually
Well, what
honest
did you
people, and as
do?
people
What did you do about those problems that you're proposing?
not in my country.
Oh, it's not
in
your
my country.
Okay.
I can guarantee you that, you know what?
Okay. So
you know what I would do? You want
is
the
it-
answer, boy, or no? Do you want the answer?
do you really need to
You want the
say
answer? You want
each and
the answer?
everybody?
There's no
Yeah,
sex
because
trafficking in the U.S.
you're too weak to understand. You're too weak to postulate
Okay.
ideas.
Imperious.
You are. What I'm
Imperious.
saying to you hurts.
Imperious, please pause, because your rudeness, you're getting awful up on your high horse. You're making claims.
Jack, it was rude yesterday for people to make medical diagnoses.
I'm being here and present. I'm trying to move this conversation, hopefully in a more productive direction. I've sat and listened to you complain about past guests and how they were allowed to do this and they were hurt by that, and you're offended by their reactions, but I don't see you paying attention to your own.
I'm not offended by them.
Yeah,
I'm
so
offended that I don't get to break them. You allow them to talk, and I don't get to break them. That's what I'm offended by.
I still
If
get
you're
to
gonna
break
talk,
it.
if people are gonna talk to me, I'm gonna break them.
Imperious,
Trying to
you're
break
just a
people.
more eloquent version of Snafu at this point.
I disagree. I don't think
Snafu
he's
is scared
Snafu.
shitless of me. Ask why.
I
No,
don't
Ask
think
why.
he's like Snafu, to be honest.
no, well,
Do you see? Notice the name calling at me. I'm not calling anyone
I,
names, but they
I
can't
just want
help
to.
it.
I just want
It's
to take
it's
another
you
mask
guys
off.
who are insulted by ideas. I'm not insulted by you guys. You guys can
allow other
postulate any
people-
idea.
You're
And you
already salty,
please-
mate.
God,
These
Yeah,
guys are fucking
wound up.
faggots for ideas, man. You should know.
So let's be more
Here,
positive.
hold on.
Imperious,
Hold
what can
on.
you do in your country to help out?
Actually, we've given Imperious enough time.
Yeah.
No, I like him. Stay. No, I want him to stay, Jack.
I also want.
You notice how I don't break a TOS, but
I'm trying.
What the fuck,
speak.
Jack, man? He was cool.
Pay that. Kick him off for $5.
I was actually trying to speak with you.
Me?
Yeah. How
Oh, what's
should I
up,
say your
faggot?
name? Is your
That's-
name Fatima? What is the what is it?
You can say either or. It doesn't really matter to me. Just say it, either of those two ways,
Are you a Catholic? Is that what
You just want my attention, is what it is.
Yeah, because I think you're kind of full of shit as well. Like Imperius has a point, guys. Like we can't just be all happy clappy about and it's not the fault of the UKP. It is because they're cowards, but it's the fault of the Jews inside the UK government that's doing it. Like if you look at my profile picture, if you look at it real good, it's pretty obvious where I side, on that. And is
You
it the fault
certainly
of
pick sides. You act
Yeah.
like you know enough to be on the winning side.
It doesn't take a lot to know things, Jack. You should know that. It doesn't take a
No, but here's something I've learned, and I want you to please consider.
What?
really
How are you gonna fix the fucking pedophile elite that
Would you
runs
please-
this?
I'm just trying to talk to you, okay? And in this conversation, in the context,
Are
I
you gonna
wanna
fix the
remind
problems
you,
of the world?
It's real easy to outsmart yourself, and I think you've done that, dude.
How? How? No. There is suffering there. There's pedophiles ruling over us.
I know.
What the fuck are you gonna do, Jack? What are steps you're gonna take to fix that problem? Many people have stood up and they all died.
I suggest a
I've
Bob
been
Barker
talking
strategy.
about it. I've been talking about it religiously.
And
The
yet you
truth-
haven't saved any lives.
Oh, you don't know that. See, there you go again with your
Uh,
prideful arrogance and jumping to conclusions. You have no clue what you
Yes,
don't
I
even
do.
know.
Yes, I do.
Show-
We
show me
just
the
need to
study.
fucking kill
You're-
those Jews in the fucking
Oh
governments of the world.
Well, it's time for your ignorant beliefs to die away. You'll be much more content when you surrender away and you let go of the hate and the contempt.
I mean, Germany lost 2 wars over it, so and that's why it doesn't work. Freaking Europe hates them.
Yeah, I'll take a mask off. I agree with a lot of what Imperius says, but my ego suddenly really fucking resists it because I find him very abrasive. It's that simple. My ego doesn't appreciate the way I'm communicated to, so I resist the truth, the truthful elements of what he's saying, and throw
You
the
know
baby
what?
out of bathwater.
You have a great self-perception and self-awareness. I respect that. And I wonder if I'm doing something similar too. It's a lesson I've been working on because I've made mistakes. People don't want to accept the message because of how I've delivered it. And so maybe that's what I'm missing out on as well with Imperius.
I don't know. You
There's
have to
an-
deliver it somehow. Sorry, I interrupted somebody. Go ahead.
No problem. I was just going to
yeah,
say there's
I
an
agree with you. Let
insidious
me explain why. We're at a time
thread
now where we're
of-
facing evisceration, and you guys think talking nice is going to solve things. This is the end of civilization, ladies.
Isn't that a
Only
good
as we
thing if
know
you
it,
don't like
though.
it?
Only as we know it. Mitch,
I just wanted to address the idea real quick, if I may. There's an insidious thread of self-deception and I don't know, bigotry and damnation that's been occurring since the time of Jesus. And What is this big what is it? I want to call it a fetish with every J dog must be 86th. Because I happen to be Jewish, and that's another letting down of the mask, so to speak. But why must I die for the crimes of my ancestors? I'm just
Well, let me
curious
tell
because
you. Let me tell you,
everybody's
Frank.
Void, before you do, everybody's ancestors are guilty. They were all doing the same thing.
Oh, that's what a Jew would say, right?
We are all guilty of participating in the crimes of the world that we're participating in. If we're not paying attention, we will support these organizations, corporations that are buying more power and influence, supporting the war industry and buying the politicians to make sure that the war industries and other industries get supported. But we're living through a time. What Imperius is saying, I mean, I don't agree with the way he's bringing it through. This is a time, guys. There's some serious shit going on in this world. And I actually think sitting around and complaining about it is not the answer. I never was what I wanted to do. I wanted to focus on solutions. There's plenty of people talking about the problems. Let's be different. Can we be different, Imperius, together, please? I'm grateful you're here.
I don't know what different you want, Jack. I mean, I've been pretty civil.
I
I've been
know.
civil.
Yes, to some degree.
I have one question, Jack. I just have one question. If you could answer, and I'll shut up the rest of the time, Jack.
You
One
don't
question
have
that you can
one
answer.
question. We all know you don't have
One
question.
question. Can I?
Give
See,
me
notice,
respect.
No,
notice. And just like the gentleman up there said,
Do it.
it comes
Just
down
do it.
to weak.
One full sentence.
Notice, Jack. Notice, Jack. Look at Jack. Notice this, Jack. Look, but if I go nuts and break him and punish him because he's interrupting me, I'm the bad guy. And that's why this society is going to go. And that's why, Jack, and that is why we will lose. And that's why you'll lose.
Are you
People
greater,
need to be held
or are you going to be distracted? Please be the greater man.
Okay, all right. I'll be the greater man. One question. England has 1.2 million
Greater
Muslims.
man.
Rocky.
Can I answer?
finish.
Am I able to answer my question or no?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. England.
Now we lost you.
Yeah.
By divine timing.
Apparently I can't, or what? Am I allowed to? Hello?
Go
That
ahead.
was not me. Welcome back. We lost you.
Disconnected.
You're
Thank
breaking
you.
up.
You're back. Are you back?
I don't know.
You got the floor.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Praise God. See, some people come into our lives to give us the grace of greater patience, more compassion. That's what these tests allow us to discover about ourselves. Along the lines of returning to love means looking for the truth. I think it was somewhere in line with something you said earlier, but I don't remember exactly. When I finally found faith and inner peace, what I had to realize, it had always been there. When I found love, when I wasn't looking outside of myself and I found love within myself, it had always been there. Everything I've needed has already been there. And so these ideas of the things I've prayed for, found out I always had them, just like the stinking Wizard of Oz and the little red slippers. You've always had the power within you. It's what turned out to be true for me. Fatima.
Yeah, I was on timeout for a bit, and I don't feel bad
I
for what
can't
I
believe
said.
what you write in the chat, Fatima. Come on.
No, that's how I feel, guys. No sorries here. Okay? Okay. Good to know.
God, if the live chat could see it, unreal.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, man.
bitterness
No.
it's for you to examine, not
No.
share.
What? How can I not be bitter? There's fucking pedophiles that rule over us, and they want mass immigration in Europe because we lost the fucking.
See, your mind is full of these things.
Yeah.
No, that's what happened. That's
Right,
exactly
right.
what happened in
But,
empirical history, Jack. Are you
but
fucking retarded, man?
what else happened? What are
What
you
else?
ignoring? Right? A lot of other things happened too.
I know, like fucking the wars that like America and Israel and the
Yeah.
untrustworthy European elites caused inside the
Yeah.
Middle East, causing all the
Yeah.
fucking mass
You
immigration
notice?
there. That's all their fucking faults,
I
okay?
know. I
That's all
know.
their
So,
fucking faults, and you are doing nothing to stop
Fatima,
that. You can't stop all
well,
the 100 fucking bases around the world.
You're not doing enough, and you're not doing enough, and you're not doing enough. I'm the only one doing enough.
So I have
yeah.
a question.
Only
How
fucking
many?
the Iranians and the fucking Gazans and the fucking Lebanese Hezbollah are doing something.
So how
What
many
are we
bases?
doing?
How many bases can I stop?
Can you please tame the bitch within you?
That's a good one.
I am a bitch, though. I do identify as a bitch on some days, especially today, Jack. You know, those
I
hormones
hear
fucking
it.
work good.
I hear it. I recognize it. I've been there myself, and I understand the anger. But what I want you to
You
please
don't understand
consider,
anything, Jack. You haven't fucking fixed anyone in the span of like how many years doing that this fucking show? 8 years?
He helped
What
me.
the fuck?
hello,
I'll testify in his
hello.
favor. I'll testify in his favor.
Okay, I'm getting tired of all these.
And as for
entities.
DNW, I want him this. I
So
want
I
someone to
just want to
fucking.
say goodbye to Frank and Dirty Lowlife, Rocky,
Good to see you, boy. Take care,
Hank,
brother.
and
Blessings,
Jack.
boy. Good to see you. Much love.
And see you on the next one. It's been fun.
Much love,
Yeah.
boy. Thank you for swinging through. Sincerely, brother. Peace. Fatima,
What?
Fatima. The
Fatima. Yes.
well, whatever. I don't know what's right.
No.
Um,
I support saying that way, the Arabic way. Fatima.
all right. So anyway, the point is, you can hold on to your bitterness, but I really want you to consider what you might have stumbled into.
What?
You've got the view that I've done nothing, and maybe
You haven't.
accordingly, well, I know you want to present that case, and you're welcome to make that claim. However, if you look past that opinion, you can actually see that I haven't given up yet. I'm
You
still right, and then I can be a quitter and be bitter like you. But
Even if
I'm
it's
not that
true,
way.
what difference does it make?
What difference does it make? It doesn't make any difference. Jack
So
is
why are you
worthless.
here telling us?
Jack is worthless. Why? Because
No,
Why
I'm
are
tired of
you here
seeing.
telling us Jack's worthless? It feels
Because
pretty
I'm tired.
worthless to
I'm tired
me.
of seeing people like him
So
exist.
go
That's
away.
why.
Just
I'm
go
tired of
away.
Because
people seeing exist. I
troll's
want
gonna
someone to
troll.
It's
fucking
not. Just
Troll's
to
leave,
fucking
gonna
blow
troll.
up his house.
Close the browser
It's
tab.
in the name.
I mean, I could do it if you got the money.
well, it sounds like actually it would be much easier rather than have me destroyed and have my house blown up. How about you just change your mind? Holy
Or change the
shit! What
channel.
a
What the fuck? This guy
concept!
thinks you're.
Yeah, he
This
could
guy
change
thinks
the
you're sitting on
channel.
money. Jack doesn't even have a house.
I
Yeah.
want someone to give Jack
living in
forced
an
gender
apartment.
reassignment surgery.
Well, come on. I mean, you could change the channel. That's much easier and
You
cheaper.
sound like there's a lot of anger in your heart, and you're here at the right place because I understand that. I'm not afraid of your anger or your bitterness. I can love you past it, and I can help you find the love that's hidden from your bitterness and your anger.
I mean, this was Imperius'
If you're
point
open to it,
exactly.
if you're open to it only, though.
Yeah.
Nah,
This
Someone
is
in the chat said Fatima needs a hug, and I agree with them.
I
Yeah.
need a hand
I think
job.
I need
That's
a
what I
hug.
need on my girl dick.
okay.
No, you need some self-love. You know, a little
Yeah,
compassion.
I don't
in your
think more
heart.
stimulation is what you need, Fatima. I
Right,
think less stimulation might help you.
right.
Just my 2 cents.
Here. We've still got Imperius in the back too. I couldn't deal with two anxious.
Retards, yeah.
You're not retards, either of you. You're both very intelligent. However, you're both stubborn.
very intelligent.
You're
What
stubborn
lie?
and insensitive as hell.
And
It's
they're bringing what you were talking. They're bringing what you were talking about earlier, right? They're not bringing their authenticity and sincerity. They're bringing the guile.
Oh no, this is how I
it
actually
is.
am in real life. No, I actually had to scratch my brother's face 2 days ago because he insulted the gender. So yeah, I just had to do that. I gave him a good scar. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. There's some work for you to do. So, based on your opinion of words, you reacted with violence on your brother, someone
Older
related to.
brother. Hey, no, he's a fucking asshole, man. You should see him.
Well,
Like, very inconsiderate person. Like,
well,
he deserves hell.
I wonder how
right.
Pierce would react to that.
I mentioned this earlier. Do you think bitterness helps with bitterness?
You
Does it?
don't think I try to be nice to the fucking assholes, bro? Like, no, they don't value kindness. This world
I
does not
don't
value
think you.
fucking virtue or fucking dignity. If it did, we
I
wouldn't have
think
baby
that's
eaters telling
you,
us not to use plastic straws.
Fatima. I think that's you. You don't respect kindness. You don't
Because it doesn't work in
recognize.
this world. The fuck? No, it doesn't work.
No, you see again. You've convinced yourself of these things, and you're confused.
You think
If you
you think I'm gonna tell Hamas soldiers to love IDF soldiers? It's gonna
how
work?
about
No.
how about be present and don't be a dick to you, and then you won't be a dick to me. It's
Or
really
what?
that easy.
No.
Stop being a dick.
Jack, the fucking Hamas soldiers would laugh at your face if you told them
Hello,
the half of the shit
hello.
that you do.
Since they're not here, I'm laughing at your face. Okay, because they're not here.
They should be here. We should have fucking
No.
people like them.
Do
I
you
mean,
see
they can
how
go
you're
in.
disassociated? You're focused on people who are not here. They're only between your ears right
They
now.
still exist out in the world. They don't exist in my head.
Right.
Give them a link.
They're
let them go
not
in.
related to the conversation, which
Yes,
is
they are.
the real life experience, which is I'm trying to communicate with you. If you'd put down the defenses and the fight,
No.
you're pretending. And I
No,
see
I'm
through
not.
I see through your character. Others might enable it. I'm calling you out.
No.
It's an act. You don't have to act like this. You really don't.
I kind of have to because your fucking
No,
bullshit has actually ended lives
not
more than
with
saved them.
me. Not with me. You
The
don't
stuff
have
that
to
you said
act
actually
like
has
this.
hurt more people than saved them. Like, I don't think being love and passive would have helped the fucking Lebanese people like fight against the
I don't
IDF or
think
the
you're
Iranians,
being
right?
I don't think you're being honest. I think you're taking your opinions of things and just finding reasons
I'm giving
to,
honest opinions on things. This is how the world is, Jack. Doesn't depend on your own
and
fucking
yet
subjective value.
hello. Right. Listen to yourself. There we go. God bless. I love it when things work themselves out.
Oh, the peace and quiet is nice, I must say. There's a saying, if you can't improve the silence, don't break it. I think people need to reflect on that.
Balance is golden.
I love that. If you can't improve on the silence, don't break it. Welcome
hello,
back
Jack.
to you, DNW. How are you,
I
brother?
can't stay for long, guys, because England are winning 3-2 against Croatia, despite Fatima's prayers for otherwise. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. We're gonna win the World Cup, baby. And Fatima, what is wrong with you? Come back, bring baby Fatima back. We give them a good spanking.
So, do you happen to be a Hamas
No,
soldier? Fatima put out a call for Hamas soldiers.
Fatima.
Oh, I thought it was about Hamas soldiers.
It's Fatima to me, baby.
Yeah.
Listen, if words don't matter, why is she or he getting so angry about the way we pronounce her name?
Her name?
Honestly, I just don't understand, Jack. These people make me laugh. Honestly, Jack, if it wasn't so tragic, it would be hilarious.
That's the paradox.
Mm.
That's the paradox.
But you know what, Jack? I was listening and I was thinking, Fatima, I think she needs to go to some psych ward or something because she's out of control. Out of control.
I'm confident. She's in the perfect place at the perfect time. I feel well prepared. Um, I've dealt with a lot of bitter and angry people before. I'm learning to be less reactive, and my lessons of being less reactive, I know, can help other people too. It's just a matter of them finding the willingness to trust me long enough to listen.
Well, you see, that's the thing. We have time on our side. You know, Fatima's only young, as far as I'm aware, and they'll come out shining one day, Jack. They will be Jack Talcott in the future. I keep saying to these young people, Jack, they're so cocksure. Excuse the reference to a cock there, Fatima, but they're so cocksure that you know, they're unlike you, that they're not Jack Talcott. But the truth is, Jack Talcott, one day in the future, they will be Jack Talcott, and I keep saying that we are all Jack Talcott. We are all Jack Talcott. That's why we love you, Jack, because you bring out that thread of that commonality in all of us. All of us. None of us have been perfect. We're all sinners. Sometimes we've been full of shit. We make mistakes. Okay, sometimes we're clumsy with our wording, but we're trying our best. And Fatima's trying their best, but they just don't know what Jack Talcott knows. And I'll leave it at that,
DNW,
Jack.
are you saying that all roads lead to Jack?
Yeah,
No.
it's kind of what I say, Frank. We are all Jack Talcott. If we reflect on our inner selves, we will realize
Yeah.
we are all Jack Talcott. I got to go, guys. There's only 10 minutes left. I love you all, but
Take care,
I've got to
DNW.
go. Bye.
Much love. Thank you for swinging through, DNW. Truly a blessing. Hey, and actually, I do feel like that is possibly what my life is for. I'm a common man. I make mistakes, but I try hard and I don't give up. And I know there's a lot of people like me, right? Who have been learning and paying attention through life, and life threw them curveballs and some twists and turns, and you never gave up, right? You wouldn't stop. You wouldn't quit.
I think you need to make mistakes, Jack, because otherwise you wouldn't be relatable.
Yeah, that is how we. Rocky, you are another. We'll go with curveball. Screwball came to mind, but curveball is more appropriate. Hey, you know what? This life we're on, thank you, sincerely. My determination, I'm all in. I made this commitment to myself and to my past self and my future self. I'm all in until I am absolutely convinced I can't continue any further. And if I can't continue any further, then it probably just means I got a different direction to turn. But guys, a world of peace, it's waiting within you right now. Alignment with truth, right? You get aligned with the truth in every way that you can see. You're free. It's that simple. Oh, shoot. Hey, I had another. God, this could be a different show, actually. Maybe I'll talk about this tomorrow. The militarization mindset, the greatest enemy to the world. The greatest enemy to our world is the mindset of militarization and war. Hey, we're nearing that 2 hour mark. I'm feeling that good old completion energies around me and within me. Any departing words as we close our time together, guys?
How's it all going to end? Is my question.
With a new beginning.
A new beginning. Yeah. Okay.
I love that question.
The old will end when the fire comes down, right?
What if the fire comes up? What if it rises through the earth, through us? We become the fire that burns away.
The fire. We're the fire.
Praise God.
Yeah.
I love you, my brother. Rocky, you are a good, fascinating old man. I truly love you. I'm going to toss you, though. Thank you, brother. Anyone else? Frank, Hank, Dirty
Yeah,
Low
I'll go next, Jack. I got nothing special to say, but Harry S. Truman said it best. Self-discipline is the ability to make yourself do what you should do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. Have a blessed day. Much love to all of you. Dirty Low Life, Hank. Jack, blessings.
I love that.
Take
Thank you,
it, Frank.
Doing what you need to do when it's time to do it, right? Hank, how about you?
You've been improved quite a bit, Jack, since I first met you. You have much more control. You're much more centered. I'm glad to see you improve so much.
Thank you. Sincerely, brother. I genuinely appreciate that. And unfortunately, you've been part of my stumbles. I know I've been pretty short and lost track with you a few times. I genuinely appreciate your continuing support and you showing up. Appreciate you, brother.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. Dirty Low Life. Wisdom as we part ways.
Yeah, just one reflection. DNW's show. It's far more open-ended, where your show has a very particular objective and goal that's in you. Yeah. I think DNW's show, the chaos seems to cancel itself out. So I can sort of be in the show and watch the chaos around me, and I can sit in the eye of the storm, and it's very easy. With your show, I find it quite different, and it's much more easy to be drawn into this, the egoic engagement of, I know what's right and I know what's wrong, and I'll tell you about it. So yeah, you're a very interesting dojo on your show, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And yeah, I love your show, Jack. I appreciate your input, your insights, your reflections, and your embodiment of what you talk about. Obviously, I only know you over the internet, but it seems to shine through you. So thank you for that.
Respect. That is my prayer. And you reflect. It's reflected with you. And thank you. I'm going to drop you up.
Thanks for having me. Take care, brother.
Much love. Sincerely. And you've been patient in the back. I don't want to just be
I love you, Jack. Jack, I'm never mad at you. I'm just like, Jack, it's these other people, Jack. Like, look,
I know.
You're just, Jack, you're just sitting there letting things go, and that's fine. It's your show. Well, I don't have any problem with what you do, Jack. You're a prophet. I'm talking about these other people. Like, he was talking about DNW show. DNW show's not chaos. It's the most controlled, weak thing. This is my question. This is my question for everybody in the audience and for you, Jack, because we talk about fear. We talk about bettering the world. To better the world, we have to understand where we are in the world and what the world is. And only once we understand how bad it is and what the problem is, can we start to make it better. These people, you had a guy, he said, oh, I care about England, a football game of 3-2, when what's going on in England about the grape gangs? He's more worried about a soccer game. But yet that's the guy who's telling me I'm a psycho. You see what I'm saying, Jack? Like, this is what I mean, where it's just people babbling. They have no influence on the world. They don't even know why they think the way they do, Jack. I don't respect somebody that's talking about kicking a ball into a net when their country has entire millions of grooming instances going on. But
I don't know what happened. I think we lost you.
He's going to call me psycho. No, I'm sorry. Can you hear me or no? I was saying, Jack, he can sit there and talk about Imperius being the mean words, the bad, mean man. What is he going to do about the million people in his country with machetes taking little girls? He's more upset about me making things aware.
let's not assume too much, okay? Because I see solutions. I really do. And
I have a solution, Jack. Launch them on trebuchets into the ocean. Anybody who has touched a little kid, put them in a trebuchet and shoot them into the water. You know what a trebuchet is, Jack? You know what a trebuchet is? Trebuchets are awesome. Those are cool machines, Jack. I always wanted to sit in one, see how far it could launch me. That would be fun, Jack. Like, you know, like have a huge like inflatable thing to land on, but just have a trebuchet launch you. That'd be pretty fun. I think that would bring me back to my childhood, Jack. Back around to our positive things. Childhoods, Jack. We got children are supposed to have lovely, innocent childhoods so that they get raised into good people. When you have a screwed up childhood and horrible things happen to you as a child, you become a bad person. And that's what's happening to all these poor kids, Jack. I'm here to rectify that, Jack. I'm here to rectify that, Jack.
Yes, we're on the same team in the bigger picture. We
are, Jack. We're gonna, Jack, you and me, Jack and Imperius, hand in hand. We're gonna go to England, Jack, and we're gonna solve this, Jack. Through love, Jack. Through the love of flamethrowers, Jack. Through the love of flamethrowers. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Jack.
All right. God bless you.
Love you, bud.
Love you too, man. Holy cows. And why not? We got more back here seeking attention. Let me snafu snaps. You've been patient. Are you there?
Grooming pedophiles like Hanko Flamo who groom children online playing children games. Good for you, who are self-admitted witches.
Hold on,
that's
please.
your boy, a self-admitted witch.
Hold on.
Look. Your boy groomed children playing fucking children games. We caught that on footage. You motherfuckers are sick. Talk about God and shit with fucking.
I'm trying. How long?
You hang out with witches and.
How long? How long are you going to repeat these accusations?
How long do you continue to support pedophiles?
Okay,
so you groom children playing children games, Jack.
Listen,
the guy Hank plays children games, grooming children online.
I need you to witness. You're clearly worked up. I need you to witness.
No, you clearly are a liar.
I am offering the opportunity.
Why are you holding secret? Who's your editor?
All right, I give up. God bless you. Thank you for trying. One last time, JG.
Yeah, I dropped off earlier because I lost connection.
Okay.
How's it going, man?
It's going good. I'm wrapping up. How's it going with you today, man?
Pretty good. No indirect comments towards me today, but over the last couple of years, people have been saying I'm a pedophile and I fuck guys in the ass. And I only fuck guys in the ass with rebar. Okay? It's sodomy.
Yeah,
no, but this is a serious thing, Jack, is that accusations, right?
Right. Accusations ruin people's. I am evidence there's many people, innocent people in jail and who have been severely suffering injustices, all because of accusations and ignorant people following those accusations. Snafu is an example for me, but I didn't mean to interrupt, AG. So accusations are a serious thing, yes.
But it's deeper than that. I've noticed that people just, like, if you're somebody, if you have clout, or if you're, if you're better than people and stuff, right? If people are inferior, they're going to try to pull you down. So it's accusations, but what is it really? Is that people are just trying to ruin your name and eliminate you, because it's a sociopath psycho world, and that's how it is, man. When I was young, when I was 9, 10, 11 years old, I was getting girls, right? Is that a pedophile? When I'm 9, 10, 11 years old and I'm hooking up with girls and feeling kids when I'm a young kid? Is that a pedophile, or is a pedophile somebody that's like in their 20s banging an 8-year-old kid?
What would your answer be for your own experience?
the pedophile is the grown adult that's fucking with kids. When I'm 8,
Okay,
9, 10
so
years old, and
so then you're
I'm
not.
hooking
So
up
then
with
you
girls,
answered your question then, right, JG? You answered your question. I think you're just playing along a character and you're trying to bring up offensive things here on my stream.
nah, you think everything I'm doing is a character. I'm actually being myself right here. I'm not trolling you or
No.
toying with anybody.
Well, you
Right,
may
you
not
just want to control.
see.
You just want to control me here.
Actually, I'm trying to have
Hey
an
man,
actual
hey man.
productive
I hope you feel better,
conversation.
Jack. Jack, I hope you feel better and do better. All right,
All right,
do
God
better,
bless.
man.
Me, I hope the same for you, and I
All right,
plan to.
tighten up. Get it together, man.
I will. I will. I certainly appreciate the encouragement. I hope you apply those words for yourself. And brothers and sisters, I hope we all apply those words to ourselves. Let's do better. Because if you can do better and I can do better, then together for sure we can realize that you are here for more than you dreamed. So am I. So is everyone else we might meet. We're here for more and for greater because that's what the future leads, especially when you humble yourself to the truth and you empower yourself with love. Or maybe you humble yourself to love and you empower yourself with the truth. I don't know. Fill yourself up with the good stuff, which is true love, and be with that. And then walk with that and share that. Because returning to love means looking for the truth. Look at yourself. Where are you pretending in your life? Where are you fighting for control where it's not your place to control? I mean, really, what if peace, the peace that's beyond understanding, right? What if the peace and the path to your greatest purpose, it's simply found behind your pretend, behind your fight. And behind your fight and your pretend is this piece of authenticity. It's found with the courage to be one with the truth and love. I hope that comes through. That's what I'm trying to do, and it's what I'm trying to share because I got faith, brothers and sisters. Do not fear. I'm going to wrap it up here. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, including you. Walk with faith, right? Don't let the fears hold you back or work you up. Don't let the anger take over. Walk with faith and live without fear. Thank you again, and God bless us all. Peace.